Why do we hang out with other people? Why do we have friends? The most common, most likely, and legitimate reason is because, well, there they are. They live next door. They're in my class at school. We eat lunch next to each other. And so we grow up in this box. I like that expression, box. I don't know what else you would say. You could. Sphere doesn't sound right. Well, I grew up in a sphere. No, I think box works better. And there you are. Really, very little choice in defining the parameters of you. And that's the way we all get formed. Your personality, your essence has little choice in the matter. And only accidentally if you happen to venture out of your box, do you discover other things about yourself. Not that there is some essential basic self, some kind of a, boy, I'm missing the word, but I guess it's all. Maybe it is all, actually. Just environmental. It's experiential. And there is no intrinsic self. And if there were an intrinsic self, would that be a functional self? I don't know. But I ventured out, not, to no credit of my own. I just, things worked out that way. I went out first of my neighborhood. I moved to another city and went to school. And then while I was at school, I did some traveling and I moved to some different countries. And after school, I lived in some other countries. And I learned things about me, about whatever it is that makes me tick. And fortunately, I like the way I tick. I turned out to be someone I liked, and I do like. But that may, and there's the ultimate question. If we're all just products of our environs, whatever it is, how lucky are we to just have happened upon people that made us better as far as being kind and generous and caring. So I happened upon lots of those people. And of course, you can't spend much time with people who are so amazing and not feel like, man, I need to do that. I need to try that. I need to be better. So I I think I am. But boy, I got a mean side. If you wanna be mean and abuse somebody, you wanna treat somebody badly, I still got that. I got that. So whatever it is, that innate human trait. And I guess it's probably, just natural thing, protect the people you love. And I can get fucking mean. Don't fuck with anybody I know and I love. So anyway, aside from that, been out in the world trying to experience things, and it's a strange experience if you haven't been out there. The vast majority of people are kind, giving, loving, and welcoming. I was on a boat, ship, off the, what would it be, the western coast of South Korea. I'd taken it from South Korea to this little tiny island out in the, the Japanese Sea? I forget the name of the sea. Anyway, between South Korea and Japan. And I'm just sitting there, and I am the only white guy on the ship. It's one of those, what do they call them? Travels back and forth and moves some cars and a couple hundred people, whatever. And some guy comes up to me and sits down, and we start talking. Turns out he's a teacher, like me. And he's a teacher at the school there. Now, this place is so small that the school he teaches at is K-12. They get all the kids. But we get to talking, and we get to that. Well, I don't know if you necessarily get to that question, but anyway, he asks me, where are you staying? I said, I'm just going to find and I've forgotten the word because it's been 16 years, but what do they call it? People just rent your room in their house for the night. And then so it's the Korean version of bed and breakfast, except for it's really just like sometimes you're in a garage and they'll bring you out some kind of breakfast. So I said, yeah, I'm going to. And he said, well, I have some friends. So he gets on the phone and he calls up some friends. Turned out to be his family. Oh, man. You talk about one lucky motherfucker. Me. Mom and dad and two kids. One of the kids, and I can't remember their names at the moment, but I've got it all in a journal somewhere. And one of the kids was about 11 or 12, this boy, and he was studying his ass off, trying to learn English. So they invited me to stay with them for a few days. So they actually kicked him out of his bedroom. He had to go sleep on the couch or something, and they gave me his bedroom. I mean, can you imagine? It's hard to imagine anything like that happening in America. But so meet a random stranger who happens to be a teacher, contacts his friends, and they invite me to stay at their house while I'm there. And their house was at the top of the hill. Nothing elaborate, just a basic house, but it had this incredible view of the Sea of Japan. I guess it's Sea of Japan. I'm not sure what the name of it is anymore. And for free. And then for the next few days, they just took me all over the island. And we saw everything. We went into a volcano. We went into the pit of a volcano. Hiked all day into this volcano. And God, what was his name? It's been 16 years. I should know his name. I feel bad. Can't remember right now. But he and I were joined at the hip the entire time I was there. This kid and I were joined at the hip, speaking in English so that he could practice his English. And so I guess, if the kid weren't, and I guess where I was coming at in this conversation was from a horrible place. It's like people only do things because they want something. And if these people hadn't wanted their son to practice his English, no way I would have been invited to come stay in their house. This complete stranger, this teacher from Seoul. So, yeah, it's sad to think of it that way. But so how do I finish up on a better note here? Well, it happened. And as long as people have needs, there are amazing encounters. There is the potential for amazing encounters that are possible. Guess I'll leave it there. When I first started this recording, I was thinking that it's horrible that people really only engage to get something. And I guess that makes sense. But occasionally you encounter the magic. I did.